Hello. All right, thanks everybody for coming out. A friend of mine, a little while ago, he's a drummer, and he decided that he wanted to be a musician. That's a little joke I make with him because he's a drummer. But anyway, he decided he wanted to be a singer-songwriter type, and that he was going to start playing the guitar at some open mics, and he really wanted to get started into this. So he recently moved out into the sticks, and he found a bar that had an open mic out there. So he invited me to go. I played the guitar very badly. I think he invited me just so he would have somebody who was worse than him so he would look better. I was there for moral support. Whatever, I go do anything, as you can see by the fact that I'm here. So I went out there and I joined him. And I pulled into the bar, and the bar is a place where I just did not belong. Like I said, it was way out there in the sticks, and as I opened up the door, it was just a place where a guy like me, who was born in the city, loves the city. I like street lights, the occasional siren in the background, Chinese food restaurants that are open after midnight. I like all those things. This place didn't have any of that. So I walked in, and immediately I'm just greeted with stares. But I find my friend, and I walk to the back, I order a beer, I try to just kind of blend in and not draw too much attention. He tells me about how this open mic works. Really, it's one guy hosting it, and we're the only other two people there that will be playing music. So as he sets up to, well actually the first guy starts playing music, he plays a Skynyrd song, finishes his set, and then my friend gets up to play. And when my friend gets up to play, somebody from the back yells, "Skynyrd!" which is like an old cliche, except this guy was very serious. So my friend Matt's like, well, the only Skynyrd song I know is Sweet Home Alabama, which that guy just played. And then you just hear, "Play it again." So Matt's like, this very large man gets up and starts singing the chorus with him, because he didn't know the verses to the song. And it's during this song and a couple songs after this that I start really looking around the bar, and I start realizing a lot of things about this bar. Number one, it is filled with a biker gang. I know this because it's written on the back of their denim jackets with no sleeves. All these men are way, way bigger than me. There's maybe one woman in the bar, she's working there. What other things are going on here? People are drinking Busch Light out of a can, which, if you're at a bar drinking Busch Light out of a can, like you're in a Jeff Foxworthy joke. And there's food for sale. Everything's under $5, which is kind of awesome, but all of it seems to be fried. And I didn't get into any of that. So I was noticing all these things. I also noticed that this group of guys would get up every few minutes, go outside, and then come back in a few minutes later. To which later on, when I was talking to my friend, he's like, "Oh, they probably were going outside to smoke." And I'm like, "You are allowed to smoke inside of this place. I'm pretty sure they're going out there to do worse things than smoke." I won't go into what the name of the gang is because maybe they watch YouTube and this video will be there someday and I don't want to die. As I sit there, I decide I don't want to play music tonight. This is not the place for me. I don't belong here. But as my friend Matt wraps up, he starts waving to me and he's like, "Hey, my friend Mike's going to come up and play a few songs." At which point I'm like, "No, not going to do it." But anyway, he's like, "Oh, come on up, come on up." So I go up, I play a Johnny Cash song. That goes okay, but then someone says, "Play some more Johnny Cash." And that was a woman behind the bar. So I know 6 songs, happen to know 2 Johnny Cash songs, thank God. I start playing one of those. That goes fairly well. I play one more song that I shouldn't have played, and then I realized that, okay, I know a Prince song and a Cure song, they're not gonna go over so great here. So I skipped over them, and then I played an Ockerville River song, which is an obscure band, but it was a song about killing a guy, so it seemed like it was appropriate for the bar. Played that, I got done, I sat down, was terrified, but I was like, okay, I survived, we're alive, we're alive. And then immediately, the guy who went on after me was a man who was hosting the open mic, and he starts playing the most racist, horrific song I've ever heard in my entire life. It's the kind of song that, like, you want to stand up and say, "Hey man, you can't play that," but I'm not big enough. So I just kind of sat there, and my friend and I, we held a discussion during the song about when would be the polite time to leave. So as not to offend the man who's playing the most offensive song that we have ever heard. We decided that would be about 2 songs. At this point, my friend's cousin comes out of the bathroom, and he goes, "Oh, I don't really agree with that last song." Pretty loud. That's when we decided this would be the appropriate time for us to leave. So we got up and exited the bar as quickly as we could and drove home, and I refused to go back there. That's my story.